We are live. Let's see. Mic check, mic check. Mic check. Alright, we good. Okay. Y'all good. Okay. This again is this thumbnail ready, that's it. Should do this thumbnail and we should be on. Um okay. Alright. Let's continue reacting to this Ant CEO video. So if y'all just now getting here, I'm gonna give y'all a breakdown of what I'm talking about here. So basically, it's a guy named Ant CEO that does um content on foundational Black Americans, uh, dating advice. He does stuff like that, and he and the video I reacted to is a video. I had did a stream about it earlier, but my mics with my Bluetooth on my mic started on my headset started to die, so I had to end stream. Because every time my Bluetooth mess up, it started making like this little noise, like this ding 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 ding, and it bothers me. So yeah, so we back at it, and we about to get ready to finish reacting to the video, and yeah. Okay, so this is where we left off at. This is where we left off. I'm picking up where we left off. So yeah. All right. And let me say this before I start. Everything that he say, I don't disagree with. Like I said before, I agree with majority of his points. The majority of his points. So we know. Never mind. I'm stay quiet for now. I'm play it. And two, another thing, I almost forgot. Almost forgot. it's certain things I'm gonna keep everything surface level. I'm not gonna dive deep into too much. I'm not gonna go too in depth or too in detail on my points, or I'm gonna try my best not to. Um, because I got something coming up, and y'all will get everything. I promise y'all. Just I got it coming up real soon, man. Soon, hopefully sooner than later, man. Hopefully sooner than later. So we gonna continue though. That's absolutely true. That's right. He's at that point. Hopefully, all my mic is picking up on everything that's playing on the video. Um, that is absolutely true. Black people are hold on. Black people do willingly, copper race beings do let a lot of races come in our um. Excuse me, my bad. We do let a lot of other different races come in our culture, right? We do. But also, this right here as well. Now, that's for, and but that's only a small percentage of us. Let me give you let me give you an example, right? Let's say if right you're a white, let's say white guy, right? Black neighborhood. Most of the time, you would be looked at as the weakest link. If you in a predominantly melanated neighborhood in a particular area, which is the majority of melanated people are at, you will be the weakest link. You will be the main one to get picked on. You will, all these things. When it's a white girl in a urban area full of, you already know what happens. I don't want to get too graphic, right? To them. So it's it's like so it's a small percentage of us, but it's a very small percentage of us that would allow that, or it almost takes maturity. But to the immature people and the people that are not so righteous, not so much, right? Um, for instance, right? Um, let me say this, right? Bef- I'm gonna scratch what I was just about to say. I ain't even gonna go there. But let me say this: you have um, we also embrace a lot of other people cultures as well. We also come in other people cultures as well. Now, do they openly let us in? No, but we do, based off the modern day, based off modern society. This is something that we had the foundation of, but they in a sense redirected our foundation and made it into something of their own. But we started it. We started it, but they took what we had and made it into their own, right? Based on modern day living. So in a sense, that's somewhat of their culture, right? I get if you would want to say, well, okay, actually, I take that back. Not necessarily, but this is it. But this is though. You have black women going to this beauty salon that's getting hair that don't look like theirs, right? We got black women going to the store and getting hair that don't look like theirs. Not it's straight. It's not curly. It's not. We got black women wanting to put on makeup to look lighter, and it makes you wonder. Look lighter, like who? We know who. So, in a sense, we indirectly but directly at the indirectly but directly at the same time involve ourselves with other people cultures, if you will, or not. We don't involve. It's necessarily not their culture. No, 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 no. It's not their culture, but in a sense, we want to look like them. We want to look like them, but people think when you put on makeup, it's beauty. It has nothing to do with that. When you put on a bust down wig that's straight hair, it's beauty. It's not trying to look like a different race. It's not trying to, but it is. You you rarely see. Oh well, you name me a white woman that you ever seen walking around with an afro. I'll wait, but we gonna continue. I kind of, it took me a while on that point. My bad. I'm gonna try to speed it up. My fault. He said we let people in our culture, but it's okay. So let's say if you will go on a limb and say, well, white people don't let us into their culture, but we still try to fit in. We try to look like them, right? So in a sense, we somewhat okay. If you think no, because can't be like that. Because you seen a white woman with the afro, you will be like, oh, she trying to look like us. Oh, she respect our culture because she's rocking the afro. If you was to ever see that, but it's a it's a little to no chance you will ever see that. But you seen a white woman with the afro, you'll be like, oh, she. Most women of that go on like black women is beautiful or empowerment movements would say, oh well, she look like us. Okay, girl, rock your afro. But it's so normalized when black women wear hair that's not like theirs, and it's not. Oh, she trying to resemble. It just. Oh, ooh, girl, that look cute. Where you get that from? Or a white lady not like, yeah, girl, I see you in. No, but if you seen a white lady with an afro, a black woman to be like, that's right. But you won't see a white lady say tell a black girl like, oh yeah, girl, that's right, rock that straight hair. That look like ours. You're not gonna see that. So I say it like this, right? I say it like this, and you will probably never see that because it's normalized and it's common. It's super common. The only compliment they may get from like, "Oh, girl, that look nice," but it's not. "Oh yeah, girl, I see you." Embrace the all white culture, and then it'll come off as also somewhat racist too. But a black person see a white woman with an afro, you get it. You know what I'm saying? It'd be more of it'd be more of and then because it's super rare as well too, so it's a scarcity. So when you see it, it's like almost like it's like you almost get the same feeling of being like starstruck, right? But I will say this: if they won't let us in their culture directly with open arms, if they won't let us in in their culture, why do we try to force our way in? Nothing. Let me say this: nothing. If you have to force yourself in somewhere, it might not be that good. Let me give you an example. You gotta your door is locked. Your front door to your house is locked, right? You gotta force your way in by what? Kicking your door down. Hmm. Now, what does that leave you with? Your door off the hinges. If your door got like the little wooden part that the part where the lock goes in, that part it may fly off the wall. So now you got in, but your door broke. So it's a pro and a con. The pro was you got into the house, but the con was now your doors broke because you had to force your way in. So by me making that analogy, when you have to force yourself into something, that means you really shouldn't do it. That means you shouldn't really do it because the pro is yeah yeah I'm getting hair. I look good. I'm getting their type of hair. I'm getting their type of hair. Um, Also embracing their culture, eating the type of foods they eat. They bodies are easier to break down certain meats or meats in general. Their body is they are able to break down meats and certain proteins from the meats better than we can. But we even eat they types. We even eat they diets. Not saying nobody's better than nobody, but we're not the same. But we eat their diets. Black women wear their hair. Black women wear makeup to look lighter because they're insecure about being dark. So they want to appear something that is not them, but that's a whole nother race, which is you know who, right? So, in a sense, yeah, people come into our culture as well. But we also have people that come goes into white people culture as well. It's not just them, it's us too. That's what I'm really trying to say. It's us too. It's not just them, it's us as well. Mainly are women though, more so than a man, but it's still the women is still a part of our race. The women gotta be I ain't gonna get into that right now. I ain't even gonna not get into it, but I ain't gonna say all that. Um because I'm gonna drift off into a different topic knowing me. But um yes, we also jump into other people's cultures as well. So yeah, basically, what he say? What I'm saying is excuse me, my bad. You are you are forcing your way into something. If black people, right, we accept you. Come on, come in. Let me give you an example. If I'm at, let me give you another example, and then I'm done with this point. You come into a, I think I didn't make my, I want to make my point just a tad bit more clear. When you in a house, right? Let's say you have a get together, and you are invited in, right? You are invited in. Open arms, come on. But let's say, for instance, if you wasn't invited and you somehow get in that party, anything is bound to happen. People can see you there because you wasn't allowed, so they can jump you. They can either kick you out. It's anything can happen that is devastating or, as you would say, bad, right? Anything can happen bad. So since you, because you're there without being invited in, you're at that party without being invited in, right? So it's almost like you trying to fit in with people, but people always got this. They always try to say, I'm a leader. I don't fit in with nobody. I don't try to fit in with nobody. I'm myself. I be myself." But clearly they don't give y'all no cool points or no kudos for trying to look like them. They don't give y'all no, "Oh yeah, you get it, girl. Ooh girl with that makeup, you look so pretty. You look just like us." No, they don't give you kudos on trying to wear their styles of hair. They don't give you kudos on that, right? They don't give y'all kudos on it. But I promise y'all, let me, if you see a black, it's a higher chance of a black lady seeing a white woman with anything that screams melanated culture. I guarantee you, a black woman be quick to give a white woman some kudos, opposed to a white woman giving a black woman some kudos. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. I can guarantee you. I can assure you that. So, however, don't try, y'all are trying to fit in. We are letting them in. Y'all are trying to fit in. Y'all do everything like them. Y'all still try to come, but y'all don't. But they still don't really, as a majority, don't accept y'all, or do they? And then if you say do they, then if you say no, then if you say they do, then that proves my point. If you say, well, they do accept us, well, that proves my point. It's us letting people in, and they also let people in. So either or, if you have anything to say, it's like a lose lose. Far as if you say, well, they do let us in their culture. Well, they do. Yeah, they do. Well, like I said, that proves my point. Well, we let them in, they let us in, right? Or if like I said, Never mind. Okay, I'm spending too long on this point. Let's continue, man. Sometimes I hate when only reason why I'm like this because when I don't explain myself in the way I want to say it, because I'll go back and I'll look and I'm like, dang, I should have said this. Do do do. Then when I'm looking at it, then I just like no, like what I could. That's why I be trying to. Sometimes I can over overthink, as you will. So sometimes I can do that. You know, that's all. Hmm. But that's true though. He's he's absolutely right. I don't disagree with him on that. That is true. Hmm. That's not true. That's not true. That is not true. That now that oh let me, I'm gonna replay it. I'm gonna replay it. I'm gonna replay it one more time. We have some people. We have a problem. What he just said. He said we have a problem with people coming into our culture and being disrespectful. Hmm. Okay. All right. So based off what he just said, we about to grade a. You go. Now I'm gonna say this. I'm going. I'm. First off. First and foremost. That's only a vast. That's only not a vast. I said vast majority. My bad. Excuse me. That's only a small amount of people that care, first off, in the melanated community, that care about if somebody infiltrates our culture and um let's say infiltrate our culture, quote unquote, and if they okay, my bad, I have been asleep in a minute. I've been up for a pretty long time. Sorry, y'all. Uh, this is somebody. I forgot that damn fast. My fault. Coming into our culture and being disrespectful. So, do you not think this is disrespectful? Now, again, let's bring up the white race, right? Do you not know when you do something to somebody, they're going to do it back? Let me give you an example. And I'm going to get to the culture thing in a minute, too. I'm going to also explain that. Now, do you not know when, if, let's say, for instance, if I'm a melanated being from here, America, quotations. If I'm from quote unquote America, right? Really Egypt. If I'm from, see, I'm yawning, I'm tired. My bad, y'all. If I'm from here, right? And oh man, if I'm from here and it's a white person, Caucasian, and I put on and me no, and it's a Mexican person or Asian person, and I am trying to talk in their language. Do you not know most cultures look at that as being disrespectful because you're not that and you're trying to talk like that, and it look and it's think and it can come off as you're trying to be funny or make fun of them, right? So white people, we already know they disrespect. Yeah, a lot of heinous things to us throughout for years and years and years still go on to this day. I'm not leaving that as an obsolete point. No. But what I will say is here. Do y'all not know, right? When you think about it like this, if a white person put on makeup to appear to be melanated or blackface, that will be looked at as being disrespectful, right? Right. What is the rule of thumb? If you do something to somebody, i.e., disrespect somebody, you have to expect retaliation. Right. If I punch this person, I gotta expect it. I have to be. It's expected for me to get punched back by this person. If I punch this person, if I punch this dude in his face, I should be expecting a punch in my face from that dude that I just punched in the face. Because in a sense, I just harmed him, disrespected him, or what have you, whatever you want to consider it. It all floats under the same category, just about, right? So Think about it like this, and I'm being fair, and I'm being fair. I'm not being biased. I'm being fair. If you walk around wearing makeup, indirectly trying to look like them, or lightening up your skin tone to look like them, hmm, that can come off as, you get it. If I'm wearing hair to resemble theirs, that can come off as, now y'all just hear me say, if a white person walks with a black face mask or paint their face to look melanated, if they paint their face to look melanated, right, that would be considered as racist, prejudiced, right? Won't it? So how do you think they subconsciously feel when they see you trying to look like them? When, so it's like you're melanated but trying to look white. You get where I'm going? And I also wanted to say this as well. Um, about culture. What do Ant CEO specifically mean when he say all culture? What is all culture? Because last time I checked, foundational Black Americans is stripped away from their culture. So is it really all culture? I didn't think so. It's not. But we're programmed to believe that this is our culture. Being ghetto, rap music, shoot, shoot, kill. We are programmed to think that this is black culture or foundational Black American culture. But we have been stripped away from our culture, whether you know it or not, sir. Most of and most of people, melanated people that live in America, is not trying to find out what their culture is in the first place. Most melanated people in America, most people in America in general, just go with the flow of life. It's go to work, go to work, drink up, go to work, come home, drink a beer, watch sports. Women stay at home, watch key. They just go with nobody is trying. Nobody cares about doing research or any. So people that want to find out their culture, and or at least inspiring to find out their culture and what their origins are, that's only a vast majority of people. That's only a minute. That's on a minute scale. That's on a minute scale of people. That's on a minute scale of people. How, out of out of every, I would say, to be honest, out of every 50 people, out of every 50 people, it's only one person that's trying to do research, and I'm talking about 50 people as in black, whites, Asians, and whatever, right? It's only 50. It's only one person out of 50, out of every 50 people. Actually, it's probably, I'll go. It's probably, out of all black people, it's probably one out of every 50 to 60 people that's trying to research and find out their origins. Oh, and and what their culture is. But our culture is, because you said Cardi B came into and became successful, and you're talking about rap music because that's what she is. She's a rapper, and what do she do with the culture? If anything, she's fuck. She's okay. Let me not curse. I don't want to curse. She does all this rap music and with these people that came the with these people that came into our quote unquote culture, and they destroyed it. Cardi B mess up the perception of being a woman for little girls. And you will almost think like, well, little girls got their mom, but the thing is, even grown women, even the parents be influenced by this type of behavior of these celebrity women, right? So it's almost like the mama is like how I said yesterday. The mama almost resembles parent. The mom can resemble this particular female artist or female influencer, whatever you want to call it, or whatever, and she resembles that so much so to the point where the daughter is acting like that, getting it maybe from the mom or from the actual person themselves. But even if not, if they get it from the mom is getting it from them. So in a sense, it's basically like y'all both acting like, and and it's doing nothing but messing y'all up. Y'all see Cardi B, she wearing a long weave down her, long installation wig or whatnot. Then women, they see that, and now they want to get it. Now they like, oh, that look good. Oh, I want to get that. Oh, I want to look like that indirectly. Or, oh, she wearing this. I want to wear that. You get do you understand what I'm saying? So in a sense, in a sense, it's almost like they came in and messed it up. But however, you say he said Cardi B came in our culture. So what our culture so basically what you saying, our culture is making rap music and destroying the youth? Is that what you're saying? No, it's not. It's so before you say that, know the culture first because that is not our culture. That is what we're programmed to think that is our culture, but it's not our culture. We've been stripped away from our culture, sir. That's what it is. And it's always what it's gonna be. But we've never called it out until now. Now we are finally calling out and saying, hey, what you got going on? And we seem so we're the bad guy now. So it's almost like you're dealing with like an abusive parent. So why are we wrong for saying, hey, why do you feel like that? Where are you from? Because that's disrespectful. So no, we don't have an issue with people coming into our culture. We've always been open. We have an issue with people coming into our culture and coming into our culture and disrespecting it. Being disrespectful. And being disrespect have a problem with people coming into our culture and being disrespectful. Well, I don't think that's the case. I'm being sarcastic. If anybody is disrespectful, I got a problem with it. It doesn't matter who you are. You can be me. You can be a quote unquote foundational black American, even though we know we the average. But I'm going, I'm just saying that for I can stay on the topic of how he speaks, right? Stay on the topic of how he speaks and use somewhat if his verse for y'all don't get lost. If I don't care if you're a foundational black American, right? If you disrespect me, if anybody is disrespectful, it's a no fly zone. I don't take disrespect from nobody. So it doesn't matter who you are. What culture you from, and it doesn't matter. Disrespect is disrespect. How do you feel like that? Where are you from? Because that's disrespectful. So don't try to culturize it. I don't even think culturize is a word, but you get the point. Don't try to make it seem like it's a culture thing. If you come in our culture and you be disrespectful, then that's when we have a problem with it. No, if anybody disrespects me or anybody else, It can be me, anybody. If anybody disrespects anybody, I would hope you won't take disrespect from nobody. It doesn't matter. It's not a cultural thing. So no, we don't have an issue with people coming into our culture. We've always been open. We have an issue with people coming to our culture and being disrespectful, nigga. That's what it is. And also being disrespectful. How many people? It was now. It was a few. I'm not saying it wasn't, but it was a few people that was calling Kamala Harris out on her BS. It was a select few, but the majority of people, and this why I say the majority of people wanted her in office because they was falling for the propaganda of her being black because she said it. Now it was people that called her out on it, but I guarantee you it was more. No, I know it was more people that wanted her in than people that knew. It was more people that was falling for the propaganda of her being melanated opposed to being uh biracial. You get what I'm saying? So, and that's to show you most people don't care about other people coming in our culture and disrespecting it, quote unquote our culture. People don't care about that. Most people don't care. I'm being real. Most people don't. Most people literally don't. Like I say, most people go with the flow of their day to day life. They go to work, come home, go to sleep, repeat. Most and that's majority of people. That's majority of people. Most people don't care about culture. Most people don't care about that. I'm being real. Most people don't care about educating themselves. I'm just being honest. Most people don't. And it's always, or if they do, they don't stand on what they educate themselves on. They don't stand on it. It's gonna be. We have an issue with people coming into our culture. We've always been open. We have an issue with people coming into our culture and being disrespectful. That's what it is. And being disrespectful, like how? Let me say this. So you have a problem. I want to make 2 points. So people don't call these artists out for having, let's say, a song and they're referring to killing somebody that is the same as them. That is the same as them. Let me give you an example of what I mean. When you hear a Little Dirk song, when you hear a King Von song, when you hear any of these shoot kill rappers, when you hear any of these guys, I guarantee you when they talking about loading a gun or killing the op or doing this, they are not thinking about. About. They're not talking about a Caucasian. I guarantee you they are talking about somebody that is one of them, that is melanated. They are talking about one of them. But y'all don't check that. Most people don't check that. Most people, oh, this shit hard. Oh, I like this. You go in the comments. You see it. You see it in the comments on when you if you look up their songs on YouTube, you see it. Most people don't check. Most people don't like. Man, that ain't. I know he not talking about he. Not saying now. Let me make it clear. Not saying that you should go out and kill Caucasian. I'm not saying that. No, but what I'm saying is, y'all don't. You say he just said y'all have a problem. We have a problem as a as a race of people of being quote unquote foundational Black Americans. We have a problem with people coming in our culture and disrespecting it, right? So let me say this: our we don't have no. So you can't disrespect something that's not ours. You can't How can you disrespect the culture when it's not our culture? That's one. For two, for two, for two. You let me give you an example. If it's somebody that you care about, right? That is that share the same blood type as you, your brother, your family member, or what have you, and they do something wrong, or they do something that's not so righteous, you're going to check them on that. Not necessarily saying in a negative way, but you check them on that because you have love for that person and you will not want to see that person make that same mistake again. You, if I see, let me give you an example. I see my brother or my I see my brother get into an argument with somebody, and see that I see that guy pull out a weapon, a gun, on my brother, but he doesn't use it. But the whole reason why this started because of my brother. He started it. My brother started that argument with that guy, right? He started that altercation with that guy. So me checking my brother is me coming in to say, hey, bro, you need to get you a weapon if you about to be out here starting problems like that with people. Because I'm not gonna always be here if something goes left. So you're going to have to get a weapon, or you're going to have to move better, or work on your or control your anger. Don't just go off have don't just go off impulse. Have a little bit, be a little more civil. Don't try to make something out of don't try to make something all the time out of nothing. Because why is that? Because I want to make sure that you are protected. Because if I don't tell you that, you go out and you do the same thing again, and then the outcome is now you die. I mean, I don't want to say die, um, but now you end up harmed because I didn't tell you not to do that no more. Like, bro, you shouldn't do that. So you go out and you do it again, right? And what worked best if I was to tell him because I'm somebody that is close to him, opposed to somebody random trying to tell him that. When you a kid, so an adult trying to tell you something, or if this random lady tell you something opposed to your mama, you are going to listen to your mama more so than the random lady that's trying to give you some advice, opposed to your mother. So it's best to take inform people what's the word people receive information or take more heed to information from people that they know and that they are comfortable with. So I said all that to say here, to say this: you don't have So you have a problem with other people coming into our culture disrespecting it, but you don't have a problem with the people that's already quote unquote foundational black Americans disrespecting it. Let me say that again. You have we are foundational black Americans, right? According to Ant CEO, right? You have a problem with other cultures coming into our, let's say, culture, our culture, foundational black American culture, and disrespecting it, but you don't care about foundational black Americans disrespecting itself. You don't care about that, right? So, what I'm saying is, how many people check King Von to, how many people check King Von to tell him that? I'm almost certain it wasn't a lot of people. How many people checked Lil Durk to tell him it was no constructive criticism about what they were doing? And in a sense, that's disrespecting it, because why is that disrespecting it? Now, yes, now on my last stream I did. I said when a black person does something, especially of that caliber of status, you represent you represent the black community. You represent damn near every one of us. You represent us. So when racist white America see that, now we go around getting stereotyped and disrespected based off your behavior. You get what I'm saying? But we don't check that. We listen to that. We listen to that. We bob our heads to that. We ride down the street blasting that at 100% volume in our cars. We blast that type of music, that gang gang shoot kill. We blast that. And we don't check the foundational black Americans that was born here, that is from here, right? We don't check them, but we care so much about if another culture coming. That's almost like, how you gonna say you love me if you don't love yourself? How you gonna check me if you're not even checking your own people? Come on, man. Let's be real here. So people, and the thing is with people, worry about don't worry about so much where you're not from. Don't worry about so much. I mean, it's good to know. I'm not saying it's not good to know, but worry about where you're from first. Worry about, so much people be worried about where they're not from, or what they know. Worry about what should be more important, what should be more important is learning about, is no is trying to find out what you don't know, and find out where you're from first. Let me give you an example. That's like me. That's like, okay. That's like me buying a house, right? That's like me buying a house, but going into another neighborhood and trying. That's like me buying a house in a particular neighborhood. Then I'm going into a whole nother neighborhood and trying to find order and trying to find the eating spots in that neighborhood. Like I'm trying to find like restaurants in that neighborhood. That's like me buying a house in a particular neighborhood, then going to a whole different neighborhood if I can find eating spots before I even look at my own. No, what you should do, where you move to, you want to find out the nearest locations of restaurants or places you can get food at, opposed to a whole different now if you looked and it was no restaurants or no grocery stores or no anything next to you, then that's when you move outside of, you get what, then that's when you move outside and look for other that's when you look for restaurants when it's nothing near you. But you, when I get a house, I want to learn. I want to know. I want to know this neighborhood like the back of my hand, opposed to a neighborhood I'm not from. Do you get what I'm saying? So learn about where you're from first. It's more important to focus on what you don't know opposed to what you know. It's also better to focus on where you're from and not so much about Africa or Egypt because we are in that already. It's better to focus on where you're from and to say we're foundational black Americans, which means you're saying this is America when this is not even America. This do you not know this Egypt predates do you not know the pyramids here actually per- predate the ones in Egypt that's in Africa? Do you not know that? So to say, and that's nothing to say that we're foundational black Americans. So that's brainwashed. You think this is America, but this is Egypt, sir. So that's another thing too, as well. And do you think they was walking around like I said that last stream? So I digress. My bad. And being disrespectful. And again, you say we have a problem with people coming into our culture being disrespectful. Okay. Do you do you not it's not necessarily disrespectful. It's not necessarily disrespectful, but it's somewhat brainwashing. It's somewhat brainwashing. Do you not think it's wrong? And let me ask you this: it's wrong to be disrespectful, right? I assume you will say yes. It's also wrong to brainwash people, right? Yes, right? So, do you think it is okay for Cardi B, huh, coming into our quote unquote culture and wearing wigs and inspiring? Now, granted, these people can think for themselves, but she know the power that she has. Do you? And she's inspiring these or she's got these black girls looking up to her and almost and brainwashing them by bad sottish hood rat behavior, and black young girls grow up to think that that is okay. So you don't think that's disrespectful or not necessarily disrespectful, but don't you think that's brainwashing, kind of like conniving a little bit? But nobody checks that. And the reason why nobody checks that is because most people don't care. My point exactly. So let's continue though. It's only a minute group of people that care about our culture getting infiltrated or our what we think is getting infiltrated and things like that. It's only so few of us, literally so few, but the majority don't care. Most people just look at it surface level. That's what it is. That's what I'm. That's what it. That's what it is. Then, huh? I'm gonna follow it. That's how most people are. I'm just being real. Most people don't care about educating themselves. I'm being totally honest. Most people don't care about being idiots. I'm just being real. Most people don't care because it's. Do y'all not know? When you when you are when you are a person that has some type of substance and you want to educate yourself on top of the fact work. See, most people already go through enough. They work, they pay bills, they do. It's a lot. It's a lot of things that's on the average person, anyways. And then them educating themselves is they don't have time for that. They don't want to make time for it. They don't want to. So most people don't care. Most people just go to work, make their money, make their money, come home, eat, sleep, repeat. Do that for the rest of their life. Most people don't care. I'm just being real, man. Look, I got my issues. America, get out the country. Leave. If you don't like America so bad, get out of America. I know this shit is a nightmare. I'm not going back. So if it's a nightmare, then get out. If it's a nightmare, then wake up from your nightmare. Then Freddy Krueger, nigga. Wake up from your nightmare and get out the country. Leave. If you don't like America so bad and it's such a nightmare, then get out, my nigga. Get out. We don't want you here. I don't want you here. Look, I got my issues with America. There's things that I don't like about this country that happens. But America is where my homeland is been. America is where my grandmother's from, my great grandmother's from, my great great great. You saying your homeland? See, now this, if that's almost as for real idiotic as saying you living on the street and not knowing the name of your street. You keep saying America, sir. Do you not know this is not America? This is the ancient Egypt. The Egypt in Africa is modern Egypt. Do you not know that? This is the real Egypt, but you keep calling it America. But you saying it's your homeland. That's like saying I live on this street, but I don't know the name of my street. How do you not know the name of where you from? But this your home, but you don't even know your home name. That's like you living at your house. That's like you got a house and you don't know your address. How? How don't you know your address and you live there? How don't you know the name of this country, but this your homeland? And you keep calling it America, the name that the colonizers gave it for you to believe and brainwash you. How- I dig- I digress. Let's continue. Great, 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 great grandmother's on. This is my country, nigga, more than anybody else's. So, what you talking about? If you don't like it, nigga, get out. If you don't like it so bad here, get out. Cause I wish I would let my ancestors. I say this all the time, bro. I wish I would let my ancestors' work go to waste, bro. I would never do that. I would never let they work go to waste. He just said, "I wish I would let my ancestors' work go to waste." Hmm. Hmm. I wish I would let my ancestors' work go to waste. That's it's funny that you say that. It's real funny that you say that. But the other, it was a stream, like I said before in my last stream, it was a stream that you had mentioned God, as in you're a believer of Christ or God or whatever, Jesus, God, as all bullshit, to be honest. You are from the way you spoke, I can almost, I can almost ensure, or I can almost guarantee that you believe in Christianity. And if not, you believe in some type of God. Do you not know the whole reason of why we know what God is based off them? Do you not think ancient real gods that they didn't go around calling themselves gods? Do you not know that most people, like for an example, spirituality. We had to give spirituality a name. We had to give it, we in a sense we gave it, we gave it a name for separation. But do you not know spirituality is the natural way of living? People wasn't back in the day wasn't talking about I'm doing spiritual practices right now. It was natural. But modern day we just give it a name. People that real ancient Ra, We got Ra. We got who else? Shiva. We wasn't they they wasn't or no, actually Shiva wasn't a god. She was a dancer of death. My bad. Excuse me. Well, we got Ra. We got Ra, the sun god. He wasn't going around calling himself a god. So the whole reason why we have the ideology of what God is technically is because of white America. Now, if you go to say, well, Jesus or God is black, but the whole reason why we even saying Jesus and God is the whole reason why we even the whole reason why we even know what Jesus is God is it's because of them. It's because of brainwash in the first place. Because if they if they didn't never even brung up Jesus or God and never even brainwashed with that, we wouldn't even say, well, Jesus is really black. We wouldn't even say that. The whole reason why we even say that is because we're brainwashed to think Jesus and God is. So by you saying that, you basically still saying it's real, but you want to feel more comfortable by saying he's your color. So it feels more, it adds more validity to it, to you. In a sense, it's like biasness. No, that shit doesn't exist. But back to the point. You said somewhat about God. Do you not know what happened to your ancestors? Do you not know do you not know what happened to them during that time and how religion was forced on them? Do you not know that? And you just say, I'm not gonna let my ancestors' work go to waste. But in a sense, by you doing that, you disrespecting them. Do you not know that? Do you not know you're disrespecting them by keep calling yourself a foundational Black American when this is no and when they know damn well this is not no goddamn America? Do you not know? But you talking about do you not? But you keep saying you keep saying that. But you just said I won't let my ancestors' work go to waste. Come on, be serious. Let my ancestors go to waste to say America's a nightmare. No, America is a dream. It's a dream if you make it a dream, and it's a dream. It's a dream if you make it a dream. Well, sir, last time I checked, you don't make dreams. Dreams make themselves. When you when your physical body is asleep, you not know you don't have control of what you dream about, sir. You can't just because do you not know when you when you dreaming is almost like it comes someday some days you may have it, some days you may not. I'm explaining it here in layman's terms. I'm not gonna get too deep. I'm gonna keep it surface level here. Do you not know dreams are on autopilot? Something that is on autopilot, you in a sense you don't control. You don't control dreams. So you can't say, well, if you make it a dream. When you do you not know when you go to sleep and you dream, you don't have control over that dream. Whatever happens in that dream, you don't have control over. So you can't just say body dream and then you dream. No. Them dreams happen on their own. Not really, but not really. They don't. But I'm gonna explain that later down the line and what I got planned for y'all. Um, but you don't. But you, your body is not consciously telling you, "Hey, CEO, dream." No. So you can't make a dream. Hold on, let me get my dream and let me okay, so in my dream I want to so in my dream I want to be at the store, I want to walk down the street, I want to go get me some ice cream from the ice cream park. Dreams don't work like that, sir. So that was not so smart to say, but well, just say that. Well, just say if you put in just say put in the work. Just say that. Because last time I thought, sir, anyways, dreams are not physical. Hmm. Dreams doesn't take place in physical reality. They don't. When the last time dreams correlated to just work hard or grind? That's another misconception we have. A lot of people like to say, man, just keep grinding, grind. Well, do you not know when stuff grinds together, it causes friction and it breaks? So that's another misconception a lot of people use, but we gonna continue with this video. This another thing too. Now, like I said, and CEO, I agree with majority of his points. I do. But this getting personal thing about the guy Deontay Kyle. Now it can be he can be talking about anybody. I do not agree with that. I don't like in a sense, wouldn't he be a foundational black American, right? Or have some FBA in him, even if he's biracial, but he's part FBA, just like how you just said Drake, right? So in a sense, why get personal with somebody that is that misspoke, and or they said some things that you maybe just don't agree with that much, but based off you not agreeing with them doesn't mean, hey, I'm going to get personal and I'm going to talk about you this, you're that. No, I'm going to keep it on topic. I'm not going to get personal with you and talk about physical attributes that I see. If you're fat, I'm not going to talk about you fat. I'm not going to do that. I wouldn't do that. Now, if you get personal with me, now that's a different story. But if you're not personally attacking me and you're just saying things I don't agree with, I'm not going to come at you and get personal with you. But, you know, it's always about outshining somebody in this community. Not even in this community. In general, it's always about outshining somebody. It's always the next person want to seem smarter than the next person, opposed to calming their ego down and let me help this person. Tone it down their ego volume, tone it down it just a little bit, and like, you know what? Let me help this person, or not, or maybe we should do a video, or maybe I can holler at him, or I can talk to him off camera. I can probably any. We don't got that. It's always about I want to get on the internet. and I want to seem like, and I want to make myself appear to know more than this person. I'm more educated than this person, and I just want to go on here and make them look like a fool. But you talk so much about FBA, FBA. But look what but you getting personal with your own, or part your own kind. And I can guarantee you, if Deontay Kyle was fully black, I'm pretty sure he still would have had the same. I'm almost certain he would have had the same approach. And why he had the same approach? Because he was like, you disrespecting your whole group of people. And when he said your whole group of people, only thing I can assume of, because he been talking about it the whole time, is this foundational Black American BS. So therefore, him being biracial, it's not a problem for him, obviously, which is, it shouldn't be. But the whole thing is, you keep talking about FBA, and we effed up, and we coming in, and people coming to our court disrespecting. But look what you doing to somebody. Look what you doing. You getting on here trying to make him seem like a fool just because he spoke on some stuff that you disagree with. Now, granted, if I understand, you may want to check it. You may have a reaction. You may want to talk about it, just like I'm doing with him. But you see the difference. I'm not getting personal with him. I'm not. He's talking about he's talking about the dude. He's talking about what he's wearing. He's talking about, and later in this video too, because I was talking about him being fat. Talking about him, all this. You're getting personal for what? That's the thing. Because, mind you, what leads to that? Now, let's say if Deontay Kyle sees this video, sees that video, and now Deontay Kyle has a problem with that, right? Right. And what stems, and now that will cause beef between the two. What causes, and what is the most of the time the end result of beef? People fighting or killing each other. So we have two people that speak for this foundational Black American BS community. It's BS, but I'm gonna just say foundational Black Americans, and you and speaking um in their terminology, right? Foundational Black Americans. We got two people that is for us, but he's talking crazy to him. Deontay Kyle see it. Now he don't like it. Now he make a response video. Now they going back and forth. Now it's beef, and now they hurt each other, or something happens bad to one another. And now y'all both can come off as like, they fraudulent, because how the hell y'all talk about this FBA stuff, and we gotta be better as a group of people, and y'all are the main two people out here, and y'all the main two people out here beefing with each other, or y'all people out here beefing with each other, and then one of y'all end up getting hurt. But y'all talk so much about being better as a community, but y'all beefing with each other. You see how that? Because you got personal when you could have just made when you could have just made your points without getting personal. And then maybe as a man, most men would respect that. Like, okay, especially, I would say, like somebody like Deontay. I don't think he don't give me the impression, but I can't be wrong because I don't know him. But he doesn't give me the impression that he would get personal if you just come at him with facts. Because you most, not most, but if you showing him facts and you're telling him facts, and you may be pulling some stuff up on the screen and you're showing facts, right? It's like, damn, I can't argue with that. Okay, he right. Maybe I just, okay, cool. But by you getting personal, now you crossing the line. Now you get what I'm saying. So now that can cause beef between you guys, and that goes into other avenues. And then when that happens, like I said before, both of y'all can look like frauds, because y'all talk so much about being better as a community, but y'all out here beefing with each other, and that's not good for the people that watch y'all. So but I'm gonna continue though. To only working on the success that you got, my nigga. But you get millions of views, you making money. What you mean America nightmare? I bet you would never go to another country and get this much success. The only reason you See, and you know one thing I hate when people always wanna they say shout out this and do that, give you compliments, but yet getting personal and being literally disrespectful to you in the same breath. True. But we fought for this. Hmm. Well, sir, do you not know this was ours originally? Yeah, this was ours originally. So, okay. But didn't you just say that we are the me fall back? Never mind, I ain't even gonna say it. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. And you talk about your ancestors' work. You see that right there? I'm not even gonna say what I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say what I'm gonna say. But I'm gonna give y'all a hint. He said he cheated on his wife. That's the hint. What you talking about your ancestors? Insane. Now, if you guys are remedial, y'all can put that together. Y'all can put that together. All thing, and I'm give y'all one more hint. We know who, in a sense, brainwashed us. Not even in this. We know who brainwashed us to think that it's one man to a lady when women outnumber us 11 to like I believe I want to say 11 to like 2, 11 to 3. I think that's right. Or I think it's 11 to 1. Yeah. They well that was like a couple years ago. Maybe the statistic maybe it's different now. But however, we know they outnumber us because it has to be more women than men. Because why is that? They birth life. And we know who made it, we know who colonized that and said, hmm, we're going to make it only to one man and to one woman. One woman. but you talk about ancestors, but you following their playbook. Interesting. We gonna continue though. But also, do you not know this? Certain places in Africa, you know, the government works for the people. Do you not know that as well? You won't find no state, city, nothing like that in America, right? You won't find that. You won't find that. We work in America. We work for the government. In some countries in Africa, you know, the government works for the people. Do you not know in certain countries in Africa when you have a baby, they pay you for that? Do you not know in certain countries in Africa when you go to college, the government in Africa pays for that? Do you not know that? Oh my god! Hold on. Okay. Okay. Let's go back. My bad. I was doing something, y'all. Okay. That is absolutely true. When I went to Canada, that's all you seen. Indians. That's all you seen. Literally, all you seen. I think since when I was in Canada, I only seen one black person. Two, two. I only seen two melanated people. Which okay. Let's see. You will never create a better life in your homeland if you don't fix it. I mean, Uh, you will never. Oh, okay, I'm trying to. Hold on. You will never create a better life. That don't even. Man, now that right there don't really. You will never create a better life in your home. What I what I think he what I think he said what he did say, he said you will never create a better life in your homeland if you don't fix it. What I think he meant to say is yo your success will be better in your homeland once you fix it. That's what I think he meant to say. Cause that right there, then I don't. I want to respond to it, but it. But what did I just say about Africa? Okay. You know who did do that foundation? Now, what point are you talking about? Are you talking about before colonization or before or after? That I will respond to that, but I don't know what he means. So I'm gonna digress on that. Oh, okay. So he's talking about after, sir. Um, let me tell you this. Do you not know that America was already built before we had to fight Egypt? Do you not know this was already built? Do you not know we already was civilized before we even had to fight? Do you not know that? Do you not know we gave every other race science, math, reading? We gave them all our skills. Just like how you said, we bring everybody into our culture, right? So we we did that. That's why I said that is true. That's why I did agree with that point. Because we did do that. We taught every other race on how to mathematics. We taught them science, true science. We taught them um mic check, mic check, mic check. Can you hear me, Cheese? All right. W- we taught every other race how to, in a sense, become civil, and also learn things like mathematics, science, the the stars to tell time. We taught them all this. We taught them that, right? But keep, I want you to keep this in mind, losing mind loosely. I want you to think about this. Actually, think about it. We already had a civilization built. They got our information that we gave them, but we already had it built. So you say, so let's go back to what he just said. I don't really know how to respond to that because I think he said that wrong. It not that I think it appears to me it sounds like that wasn't what he was trying to say. So I don't know how to respond to it properly. Let me just say that based off how he worded it. Foundational Black Americans. You said we okay, and he said we fought. Mind you, let me give you an example. Do you not know we when they colonized us? Do you not know they already had the blueprint, the foundation of what we already had created, which means it's easier to uphold. Let me give you an example. I'm gonna give you an example. I'm gonna give you an example. That's like me. I got a team of 10 construction workers plus me, so that make 11. And I just go tell them to go just build the house, just build it. Opposed to me writing a blueprint and making it easier for them to maneuver and build it. My point being, my point of me bringing that up is we already had the foundation set. So it was easier for them to uphold it once they learned the information, because we already know about like they was somewhat animalistic. They was, sewage systems, pooping in the middle of the street, everybody or we know this. We know this. So we know what type of how they was functioning. But once we taught them how to become civil, they learned what we knew and colonized all civilizations. But it was already built, which means they didn't have to do nothing. It wasn't like they had to it wasn't like they had to build it and uphold it. We already had it built. So it was easier for them to you get it's just like you get a game system, a PlayStation 5. Sony already built it for you. It built it for the consumer. So all you do is gotta play it. You doing the easy part. You doing the easy part and gotta keep it in good condition. That's all you gotta do. They had to go through the trials and tribulations of building this whole machine. That's what we did. We built we built a foundation already. Only thing that they had to do is uphold it. And all they did is added their own stipulations to what we already had. Only thing that they did, we had it, and all they did just add it. We had it, they added. We already had it created. Only thing that they did just added things to it. It's like we baked the cake. Only thing that they did just add the icing on it. But we the one that mixed the eggs, put the butter in there, put the flour in there. We the ones that did the labor. Only thing the hard and strenuous labor. They the ones that just did the little they the ones that put the candles on the cake. That's all they did, or icing on it. That's all they did. So for you to say that fought, we stayed here and fought. For you to say that is crazy to me. For you for you to sit here and say that we stayed here and fought. You said we made we you said we he said we made this a better place for us. Sir, you're saying it as if they you saying it as if Caucasians or another race of people started a foundation and we overcame them and we fought for equal. No, sir, we already made it. So let me go. Let me rewind, and we gonna continue. create a so we fixed it. We fixed it. We we created a better, sir. We already created it. We already created it. We created the cake. They just put the icing on it. The nasty icing. Not no good icing. It was nasty icing. That's all they did. Seriously. But we had the foundation already. So for you to say that we stayed here and made it as if how you're speaking is if, like I said, you're speaking as if Caucasians was here first. They had a civilization. We came here trying to learn what they know, and we wasn't getting treated as equal. We wasn't getting treated as equal, and we stayed and we fought until we became equal. That's how you are speaking. No, 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 no. We already made it. We already had a foundation. We already had a civilization, sir. We already had that. But you are speaking as if how I just explained. That's how you're speaking. And you said hundreds of hundreds of hundreds of hundreds. No, let's try thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands. Let's try that. See, this how I know somewhat you because you said hundreds of hundreds of hundreds of hundreds. Dude, we black people, melanated beings, have been here for 3 to 400,000 years. Dude, we have been here for 3 to 400,000 years. Do you, do you not know everything on this? I'm gonna speak in layman's terms here. Do you not know everything on this planet resembles us? It shows that we've been here. When when you look at when you look at bushes, look like afros. When you look at palm trees, it looks like dreads or wigs or locks or wigs. When you look at when you go the sun, we absorb it and our skin radiates it. Do you get where I'm going? Do you get what do you understand what I'm do you understand what our diet, the best diet for us that works the best for us is a natural diet, stuff that come from the earth that works the best for us. So everything on this planet, in a sense, is in our favor and it resembles us, right? So by you saying hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, it's making me think that your knowledge is only going back to when we were slaves. When you should be how as much as you speak, you should be educated enough that you should be educated enough to know what we was before them 400 years ago. You should be educated enough what we was before that. If you compare 400,000 to 300,000 to 400,000 years to 400 years, that is basically still in recent times. That 400 400 opposed to 400,000, that is still when it's a big time, when it's a big gap like that, when we only went to through 350 to 400 years of oppression, slavery. but we've been here for 400,000 years. That is relatively still recent, opposed to 400,000 years ago. So when you say that we went through hundreds and hundreds and hundred years of oppression, you're it shows where you're you almost following they propaganda. They want we know the racist America want us to believe that our we started as slaves. That they want us to believe that, and it's like you going right along with it. It's like you going right along with it. And you saying stayed here. We was already living. You're saying stayed as if we came here. We did get treated as equal, but we had enough courage to stay here and not leave and go back to where we were from when we was already here. That's how you're speaking. We was already here. So, but let's continue though. And again, and again, and again, you are worrying about so much where you are not from. If the top people in them countries want to come here for better opportunity, well, that's them. Why are you so worried about where you are not from? Why are you so worried about where you not from? Because you're a foundational black American, right? And they come in here for better opportunity, and they want to bring their services as being a doctor or as such, right? Let's say being a doctor to help your people because you just said, right, we're not the same. See, people talk so much in slick talk, and I look, I analyze everything. It's like my brain is like a, not to toot my horn or anything, my brain is like a computer, literally. What, like, and I know when I'm streaming and stuff, I joke a lot. I joke a lot and stuff like that. But when I'm serious and it's time to get down to business, I get down to it. Look, and I sometimes I sometimes I kind of like play dumb, like I don't be knowing. But generally, guys, I'm not that. Okay, so I just want y'all to know that and make that clear. Um, uh, it be for laughs and giggles for the most part. Um, so hear this. So if these people are coming here to be doctors, to help, to or to at least try at least try to help your people, because you just said foundational black Americans, it's not Africans, it's not Indians, not you just said foundational black Americans is in America. Correct. So if somebody want to come here, and if your people, let's say if a foundational black Americans is having Let's just say if it's a disease outbreak and everybody is getting sick, and it's people from other doctors from other countries that want to come here and bring their services here to help your people. Why would you be angry at that? If you for your people, if you for your people and they want to come here and help your people, they want to come here and help your people, and maybe even including you, right? But that's the thing, you worrying about so much where you're not from. Yeah, they're not okay, they're not helping their people. But what you'll rather because you just said we're not the same. So what you'll rather have? Your people help, or what you'll rather have their people helped? Now, it sounds effed up, but but seriously, who would you rather have helped? Your people or they people? If they willing to bring their services and their learnings and their um their education in that particular field over here, because in a sense they're assisting your people have better health, right? And that shows that you have, even though it's messed up, but you have you don't have no gratitude. That shows that you're somewhat ungrateful, because let's say for instance, if them people weren't here and all your people died, then how would you feel? Then it'll probably reverse. Man, we ain't got no good doctors. I wish doctors from other countries to come here to help our people. You get you get how what I'm saying here, but we gonna continue. They need to stay in our homelands and fix it up, because that's what Black Americans had to do. We didn't have a choice. We didn't have a choice. Even through Jim Crow, even through redlining, even through Nah. The Freeman's Bank and all of the money being stolen, we still stayed here and figured it out. We still stayed here and figured it out. Even through the media that we don't control, by the way, making us look terrible. The hell else we on it? Because that's the thing that's actually going to help them. Not fleeing all over the world, and going to here and going to here and going to here. That's what we need to talk about, because that's the thing that's actually going to help them. Not fleeing all over the world, and going to here and going to here and going to here. They need to stay in our homelands and fix it up, because that's what Black Americans had to do. We didn't have a choice. We didn't have a choice. Even through Jim Crow, even through redlining. Round the back one. Oh, I'm about that 2 seconds. My fault. I'm gonna watch this video. I'm at 25 minutes. We may stay on this video to 30. I want to say 32-ish minutes. 32, like 32 minutes. Then we gonna wrap it up. And this gonna be the end of this video, because knowing me, man, I can go on. You know what I'm saying? Cause and this video is an hour long. It's 59 minutes and what 30 seconds. So, man, this would be a 5-part series messing with me. They need to stay in our homelands and fix it up, because that's what Black Americans had to do. We didn't have a choice. We didn't have a choice. Even through Jim Crow. But even I'm yet still keeping a lot of stuff on surface level. Even through redlining, even through so we had so but that's what Black Americans had to do. We didn't have a choice. We didn't have a choice. Even through Jim Crow, even through redlining, okay, even through the Freeman's Bank and all of the money being stolen, we still stayed here and figured it out. We still stayed here and figured it out. Even through the media that we don't control, by the way, making us look terrible, making us look absolutely terrible. You would think the average black man running around with his pants sagging and face tattoos just killing everybody. You would think the average black woman is doing the same thing. Our image is cooked in the media. The average black woman walking around and killing everybody. Oh, okay. Take a small percent of us and base that on the masses. Base it on the masses, like I said, and that's true. Like I just said, well, I mean, you represent your people. One person represents the community, so and act like that's the norm for us when we know that's absolutely not the case. It's not. He's right about that. That's true. We gonna end the video right there. I said 32ish minutes, but we gonna end it right there, man. Cause I if y'all don't like, I just noticed my spit is white because I've been talking for a minute. So we gonna end it there. We gonna end it there. Yeah, we gonna end it here. But I enjoy doing this. He just misspoke, but like I said, I agree with majority of his points. I do. You know, so but it's the things I don't agree with. And as a dude, as a man, as a guy, young man, you shouldn't agree with everything anybody says. And yeah. But however, y'all, till next time, y'all.